All right. Every student is learning about quadratic equation and how to solve it. Real quick, just to refresh your memory, whoever doesn't remember, if we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, we can use formula x1, 2, and this method I call universal because it doesn't matter, you can foil it, you don't want to foil it, you can foil it, you cannot foil it, you can apply this method, period. So it's gonna be negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac and divided by 2a. Any type of quadratic equation, you can solve it with this using this formula. It's a way of solution. Now, but my focus is in this video is, do you know that there is a way also to solve equations that have higher degree, let's say degree 3 or degree 4? So the highest degree in quadratic equation is 2. That's why we call it quadratic equation. But did you know that you can solve also equations with degree 3 and degree 4? Here is the general form of equation degree 3 that we are going to solve today. So the formula, the general form is the following. It is ax to power 3 plus b x squared plus b x plus a, and that is equal 0. So what is important here? See, I put the b in red color because this is going to be our key player that we can solve cubic equation because the highest degree is 3, right? We are going to solve equation of degree 3 if b is going to be the same and a and b are given obviously. Okay, let's see how we are going to solve. I'm going to show you example. Here what we have. First example, 2x cubed plus 7x squared plus 7x and plus 2. What is interesting about this type of equation, we have every single degree of x. We have degree, let me use this color. We have degree 3, we have degree 2, degree 1 here, we don't put it, right? 1, and here we have just a because x to power 0, right? So we have the entire sequence of degree of x. So we have to have in this equation, in such equation, all degrees from 3 to 0. So to be able to solve such equation, plus we have to x squared and x have to have same coefficient, and x cubed and the available term have to have same coefficient. Okay, how we are going to solve such problem, such equation? So first thing, we are going to combine, because we have 4 terms, I'm going to group them 2 by 2. how I'm going to choose what to group, because we don't have any similarity, but I'm going to combine actually based on this A and B coefficients. This one has same coefficient A, right? 2x cubed and 2, right? And 7x squared has coefficient. I don't want to, it looks like terms because it's not, but I am going to combine the two terms that have same coefficient B and two terms that have same coefficient A. And this is what is going to be our picture in this case. So this is equal, which means I'm going to have twice x cubed plus 1, I'm opening, x plus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1, right? My x is going to be x and my y is 1. 1 cubed I can here represent, right? Because it's still 1. Okay, and then plus 7x, x plus 1. All right? So from here, what is going to happen? Look, I have common factor x plus 1, x plus 1. So I am taking out x plus 1, and the rest is going to be, so twice x squared minus x plus 1 and plus 7x, right? So from here I'm going to get, let me open these square brackets and simplify. So it will be x plus 1 times 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 and plus 7x. And this is going to be equal x plus 1 times 2x squared plus 5x. Oh, I didn't multiply here by 2. And plus 2. When I'm staring away from this one, is still there. Okay. So this is what we simplified so far, and I'm putting finally it equals 0. So for all these simplifications, and I got to the level when I can solve it. I got to 2 parentheses of multiplication that is equal 0, which means it sounds familiar already. We can solve it from here, which means either x1, x plus 1 is equal 0, or 2x squared plus 5x plus 2 is equal 0. So from here, x is equal negative 1. It is clear. And from here, 2x squared plus 5x plus 2, it's like quadratic equation. So we're going to solve it. And it's going to be our A, B, and C. So A is 2, B is 5, and C is 2, right? This is our A, this is B, and this is C. Okay, and from here, I will get x12 is equal negative B, which is going to be negative 5, plus minus square root B squared, which is going to be 25, and minus 4 times A times C, divided by 2A. And from here we get negative 5 plus minus square root 25 minus 16 over 4. And finally, x12 is equal -5 plus minus 25 minus 69. So square root of 9 is 3 over 4. And from here, x1 is equal -2 and x2 is equal -1/2. So which means we have 3 solutions here. And why is it going to be 3? Because we had highest degree of equation is cubic, right? 3. The highest degree of equation always shows how many solutions you're going to have, how many x's you're going to have. So the answer is -1. Okay, let me start putting in order. -2, -1, and -1/2. I find it interesting. I don't know about you, but I kind of find it interesting to know how to solve higher degree equations. Now, the next also I would like to show you how to solve degree 4 when you have degree 4. So this is going to be ax to 4. This is going to be template, so I better move it in the middle. Ax to 4 plus b x cubed plus c x squared plus b x plus a. So let me put a in green color, and here is also, so it will be more expressive, and it's equal 0. So you can see what's supposed to be here. The interesting b, the x cube, and b has to have x, and a coefficient a for x to 4, and available term a has to be the same. Okay, so, and obviously a, b, and c are going to be given. So let's solve it. Let's see, I'm going to get example, and here we have 2x to 4 minus 3x cubed minus x squared plus minus 3x, it's all minuses around, and plus 2 equals 0. So let me rewrite this equation. 2x to 4 minus 3x cubed minus x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Let's see if it's matching to the template that is given above. So our a is 2 here. It's a coefficient of x to 4, and same a we have as a available term. Now our b is a coefficient of x cubed, and the same b is a coefficient of x. And pay attention, both of them are negative. If b is negative, then it has to be negative everywhere. If a is positive, then a has to be positive everywhere. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take this 0 away right now, because I'm going to go through simplification. And this is what we're gonna do. When we solve equation like this, we need to reduce degree 4 to degree 2. How can I reduce degree 4 by degree 2? How are we gonna do that? We are going to divide by x squared every single term. So if we divide by x squared, so from 2x to 4 will be left 2x squared. Here will be minus 3x because we divided by x squared. Here is going to be completely 1 left, and then minus, we will get 3 over x and plus 2 over x squared. All right. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to recognize terms like wherever I have x squared, I'm going to put them together, like x squared here we have, x squared we have here, and we have here x, I will combine with 3 over x because there is also x. So I'm going to group terms by degree of the variable, okay? And this is what we're gonna get as a result. We're gonna get 2x squared plus 2 over x squared, okay, plus negative 3x minus 3 over x and minus 1. This 1 is gonna hang around like zombie, doesn't have any pair. Okay, so this is equal. I'm taking 2 out of parentheses, common factor, and getting x squared plus 1 over x squared, and then minus 3, I'm taking out of parentheses, and it's going to be x. Since I took negative, it's going to flip the sign, right? Negative 3x will become positive, which is going to be just x because 3 is gone. And minus 3 over x will become plus only 1 over x because 3 is already gone out. And minus 1. Look what's interesting thing is happening here. X squared, and then same pattern with x. So we are getting kind of pattern of quadratic equation, right? And minus 1. Okay. So to make it look like indeed quadratic equation, I am missing here square, right? So it would be x squared, or let's say substitution, y squared minus 2y squared minus 3y minus 1, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust. And if you remember the method of incomplete a perfect square, just make it complete. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So we are going to do the following thing. If x squared is going to be my, let's say, a squared, and then 1 over x squared is my 1 at the b squared. 1 over x squared I can even write down in this format because it's the same thing. 1 squared is 1 anyway, so it will be our b squared. So I'm going to complete it, make the perfect square, so which is missing 2ab, right? So I'm going to put plus twice. I'm adding this twice, right? It's going to be x squared to x, rather saying ab to x, n times 1 over x, right? And plus. See? So this x will be cancelled with this x. But what happened here, I added here 2. Since I added here 2, I need to also subtract 2, correct? Not to disbalance parentheses. Okay? And as a result, well, I hope you understood what I did. So practically I am given here let's say a squared, and I'm given b squared, which is 1 over x. So to make it a complete perfect square, I have a squared. Here I have b squared. I'm adding 2ab. A and b is given. Here we have. So I added realistically these two. And because I added these two, I'm subtracting these two also. Okay? And therefore, if I combine this trinomial, I will get squared, right? Perfect square. All right. So back to our problem. Minus 3 times x plus 1 over x and minus 1. Now, let me rewrite this clean. Twice x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared. I don't have to write down the whole thing in parentheses. I just put here I put in the whole fraction in parentheses so you can see format of b squared. And minus 2 minus 3 times x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, I'm going to get out here. This 2 is not necessary, right? It's preventing me to create perfect square. Therefore, I'm just going to distribute these 2 by these 2 and take it out. So this is what I'm going to do. Look here. Twice x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared. And I'm leaving out of parentheses because I distributed already. It's going to get minus 4, right? Because 2 times negative 2 is 4. And minus 3 times x plus 1 over x minus 1. And from here, now I can combine these two like terms. And I will have everything ready to solve in the format of quadratic equation. And we will see how we will do that. So we are having here twice x, oops, let me change the color, x plus 1 over x squared, right? And then minus 3 times x plus 1 over x, and negative 4, negative 1 is minus 5. And all this, finally, I can bring this 0 back because I did simplification. And I have, look here, 2, if I substitute with y, it will be y squared minus 3 times y and minus available term. So we get quadratic equation. So this is going to be 2y squared minus 3y minus 5 equal 0, where y is equal x plus 1 over x, correct? Okay, so if you solve this quadratic equation, you are going to get y1 is equal negative 1, and y2 is going to be equal 5 over 2. All right, so let's go back, get back to our x and figure out our x. So from here, first case, x plus 1 over x is equal negative 1. In second case, x plus 1 over x is equal 5 over 2. All right, so x plus 1 over x is equal negative 1. If I bring to common denominator, it's going to be x over x, and here also multiply by x, right? And then plus, here gonna stay 1 over x because we have the denominator, and equal negative 1 over x and multiply by x also, right? Since in equation we have across the equation same denominator, we can drop it, remember? And we are getting x squared plus 1 equal negative x. Okay, so and moving over, x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0. And this equation does not have any solution because you can't FOIL it, you cannot FOIL it. And it's not going to happen because you can't have 1 and 1 here. It's not going to work. And even if you use as a through discriminant, it's still not going to work. Let's see. My b is negative 1, right? This is my b. And I have to use a negative b. So negative 1 plus minus b squared is going to be 1 minus 4 times a is 1 also, and b and c times another 1. And the c is, let me do this way here, I put also blue color so you will see which one is a, which one is b, this is b, and c I will use green color, and here is c. So you will see clearly what goes where. And 2 times a is blue color. And as you can see, we are getting here negative number under square root. Therefore, there is no solution. So the only thing we have left is x plus 1 over x is equal 5 over 2. Let me move this over so we can solve it. So we need to bring to common denominator, right? Common denominator and drop it to get rid of this denominator. So common denominator is going to be 2x, which means, let me rewrite here, x plus 1 over x, and I'm moving over 5 over 2, might as well. So if 2x is going to be common denominator, which means I'm dividing here by 2x and multiplying by 2x. Here only dividing and multiplying by 2 because we have x in denominator. And here divide and multiply by x only because we have 2. So I'm dropping this 2x across the board, and we are getting 2x squared plus 2 minus 5x equals 0. Or let me rewrite, 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. So if I solve it real quick, x12 is equal 5 plus minus 25 minus 16 is over 4, and x12 is equal 5 plus minus 3 over 4. And from here, x1 is equal 1/2 and x2 is equal 2. And we will end up, for equation with degree 4, we will end up only with 2 answers because the other 2 are not valid. So the answer here is 1/2 and 2. Well, I am suggesting to solve one more with degree 4. Whoever is interested can watch, because it kind of a little bit was longer. If you have not clear questions, hopefully you can clear in this one. It will be understandable. So, third question, and I promise this is the last one. So, 6x to 4 minus 25x cubed plus 12x squared plus 25x, 25x plus 6 equals 0. All right, so we have coefficient b here, the same, right? And we have coefficient of a, the same, right? Available term, and coefficient of x to 4, it's the same. All right, first step, remember what we're gonna do? That's right, we're dividing by x squared. That's how we start. So I'm going to fly over minus 25x cubed plus 12x squared plus 25x plus 6, and all this I'm going to divide by x squared, which is gonna be equal. So we are getting 6x squared. I'm going to divide every single term. Minus 25x plus 12, right? 12x squared divided by x squared will be left 12. And 25x cubed divided by x squared will be left 25x. Next, plus 25x divided by x squared, it's going to be 25 over x. And lastly, we have 6 over x squared. All right, so remember what we do next. We are putting together, we are combining based on degree of the x, which is going to be 6x squared plus 6 over x squared, right? This one with this one, and this one with this one, right? So plus negative 25x plus 25 over x and plus 12. Okay, equal. Let me, there we go. Okay, so from here, we are taking 6 as a common factor out. And we are getting x squared plus 1 over x squared. And then 25 we take out. And since I'm taking out, 25 is negative, so I will, my signs in the parentheses, it's going to change it. X will become positive and 25 over x will become negative and plus 12. Now, the next step, I'm going to bring this parentheses to perfect square, right? But what is interesting here, when I'm comparing to this parentheses, oops, 1 over x squared, sorry, I already took 25. So minus 1 over x. Pay attention, we have here minus. So which means the first parenthesis, x squared plus 1 over x squared, I want to bring to the a minus b squared instead of a plus b squared, right? This time we are going to work like that. Therefore, 6, and instead of putting plus, I'm going to put minus 2, and a is going to be x, b is going to be 1 over x, and plus b squared is our x squared. So since I did minus 2, I have to do plus 2 also, right? And minus 25x minus 1 over x plus 12. So I'm getting rid of this 2 because I need to complete perfect square. So 6 times 2, I distribute is 12 and taking out. So here we get 6 times x squared minus 2, because here we canceled, right? Minus 2 plus 1 over x squared and plus 12, right? 6 times 2, 12, and I'm taking out. Minus 25 x minus 1 over x plus 12. Okay, So from here, we are getting 6 times x minus 1 over x squared minus 25 x minus 1 over x and plus 24. And since I am done with simplification, I can put it equal 0. All right. So after we do substitution, y is equal x minus 1 over x, we are getting 6 times y squared minus 25y plus 24 is equal 0. Okay, if you solve this equation, we are going to get y12 is equal. So positive 25, because opposite, plus minus 25 squared, it's going to be 625. It's very easy to square. So 25. So I'm taking these 2. And on the number of line, after 2 is coming 3, right? So multiplying 2 times 3 is 6. And 5 squared is 25. I have it in math tricks video of these such things. Let's say 35 square. 3, after 3 comes 4, right? On the line of numbers. 3 times 4 is 12. And 5 squared, 25. Pretty cool. So if you open my video, math tricks, you will see there. Okay, back to problem. 625 minus 4 times A times C, 24. And this is divided by 2 times A. So, and as a result, we are going to get 25 plus minus 625 minus, let me see, 4 times 6 is 24 and times 24 squared, 576. Okay, over 12. So 625 minus 576, and this is going to be equal 7, and we are getting y12. So 25 plus minus 7, because under square root was 49, right? Divided by 2. So y1 is equal, how much? 3 over 2, and y2 is equal 8 over 3. So 25 plus 7 is 32. 32 over 12, it's going to be 8 over 3 reduced by 4. And then 25 minus 7, we get 18 over 2 reduced by 6, you get 3 over 2, right? Okay, reversing now, substitution, bringing back our x, and we are getting x minus 1 over x is equal 3 over 2, and x minus 1 over x is equal 8 over 3. This time looks like we are going to have all 4 answers, because we have degree 4, right? Highest degree is 4, that means it should be 4 answers. So after bringing to common denominator, we are getting x 2x squared minus 2 and equal 3x. So from here, we are getting 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 is equal 0. All right. And if we solve this one real quick, if you solve this one, you will get the answer x1 is equal 1/2. x2 is equal to. All right, let me go over real quick. I have to admit, I don't like the foiling they do with this type of equation because there are a bunch of guesses. Sometimes when it's easy, yes, you can do it, but other than that, it's so many guesses in there, and I don't like to guess. Therefore, I'm just sticking with what I call universal method. x12 is equal positive 3 plus minus 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times a and times c is negative 2 again, right? Over 2 times 2. So let me see, since I didn't color, let me color this way. This is negative 3, it's going to be positive 3. And this 9 we get from this 3. Next, I can take this color. This is my A, this is my A, and here also my A. And I can take this color for negative, for C, it's negative 2, and here is negative 2. Now you know which one is where. Okay, and from here, if you solve it, 9 plus, we get what? Let me move this down. Every time I jump over and then come back and solve it, because I regret every single time thinking that we can solve it, you can solve it, but then wondering what if you get stuck somewhere. Okay, x12 is equal 3 plus minus. We have what? 9 plus, because we have c negative 2, so plus 16 over 4. Pretty easy, pretty good. This is 1, and we are getting negative 3 plus minus square root, it's square root 25 is 5 over 4. And if you add and subtract, you get 1/2 and 2. This is one pair of answers. Now let's move to the other pair of answers, and we are going to get here it's going to be 3x squared after you bring to common denominator minus, here is missing only 3, so it's going to be minus 3, and here is missing x, it's going to be equal 8x. So we are going to get here 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 is equal 0. Solving this one also real quick, and we are getting positive 8 plus minus 64 square of 8 square, the 8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, and times c is negative 3, and dividing by 2 times a, 3. Okay, real quick coloring. This is c. Then this is b, it's negative 8, but because we are taking negative b, that's why it's positive. And lastly, we are taking our a, which is here, here, and here. So the result is x12 is equal 8 plus minus, let's see, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 3 is 36, it's going to be plus 36 because we have two minuses. 64 plus 36 is 100, so square root of 100 is 10 divided by 6. So x1 is equal negative 1/3, x2 is equal 3. And hallelujah, we arrived to the solution. Answer is going to be, I'm going to write down in the ascending order. So The other reason I wanted to solve this one, because here you have all four answers, right? It's gonna be negative 1/2. It's gonna be negative 1/3. Okay, I missed here 1/2. I guess some of you are waiting when I will discover that it's negative. Negative 1/2, negative 1, 3 over 3, 2 and 3. Now I am done. So hopefully you liked it, you enjoyed it, and you learned something new. Okie dokie. Thank you for watching, and I hope you watched till the end. So you will see how to solve, how you get all four answers. All right, see you again.